Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. WWE presents Survivor Series War Games. Now, just looking at the match card, this could be one of the best PLEs of the year because the War Games matches are always really exciting, and the men's and the women's War Games matches this year have so much fucking star power. It's unbelievable. So let's talk predictions, winners, losers, surprisers, things of that nature, and maybe what might happen moving forward into Royal Rumble or WrestleMania season as we start getting to that type of movement for WWE. Now we have Survivor Series War Games. I think the show most likely is going to be kicked off by the women's War Games match. I believe that the women's War Games match will kick off the show. I think that's an exciting, really, really good start to kick off the show. You don't want to have John Cena kick off the show and then have, the women try to follow that. You definitely don't want to kick off the show with Stephanie McMahon and Nikki Bella, which is going to be the worst match of the night by a long shot, unless Stephanie McMahon pulls some magic out of her ass and can carry Nikki Bella into a decent match, which Becky Lynch couldn't barely do and Becky Lynch is one of the best wrestlers of all time, so I'm not sure Stephanie McMahon can do it in like her second or third title defense on the main roster with the Women's World Championship, but we'll see. So I think you start really hot with the women's War Games match, and I think the baby faces are going to win this match. I think AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky will win this match against Becky Lynch, the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. It still makes me upset that Nia Jax is getting a big spot on a big PLE. But cool for the Kabuki Warriors, cool for Lash Legend. Obviously, Becky Lynch being in there is amazing. AJ Lee being in there is amazing. But I think AJ Lee and Charlotte Flair and Bliss and Rhea and Io Sky win this one. I think we're going to see a continuation of the AJ Lee and Becky Lynch feud. There are some rumors swirling around that Charlotte Flair will turn on Alexa Bliss and they'll head into a feud. I don't really love that happening, but I think Rhea Ripley really looks like a beast in this match, takes out Nia Jax, takes out Lash Legend, cements herself really as the top women's wrestler, her and Io Sky. But all of that is going to happen. It's going to be a fantastic match. I mean, every woman in this match is a really competent professional wrestler except for Nia Jax, and Lash Legend is a bit untested, so we'll see how she does in this big spot. But I think the women's baby faces win the match. And then I think you go into the Intercontinental Championship match between John Cena and Dominic Mysterio. This is John Cena's very last PLE. Saturday night's main event on December 13th is not a PLE. This is John Cena's very last PLE. So you have this women's War Games match, you have all that commotion, and then you have some commercials, and then you go into John Cena, and it's a huge thing for John Cena, and then John Cena is most likely going to win this match so that whoever he faces for his very last match on December 13th will also be for the Intercontinental Championship as well, which could be Jey Uso, LA Knight, Solo, or Gunther. And my pick is it's going to be Gunther or LA Knight. If it's Jey Uso or Solo, I think they made the wrong choice. But if it's Gunther or LA Knight, I think they made the right choice. So John Cena is going to walk away with the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio has gotten like 3 of John Cena's final 4 matches, a 6-man, a singles, and another singles. So really cool for Dominic Mysterio, who's also rated the #1 wrestler in the world under the age of 30, which I'm going to do a video breaking down that list here at some point. But now we're talking Survivor Series. So you start with the women's War Games match. You go to Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella. Then you bring it all the way into John Cena and Dominic Mysterio. You have that settle, that thing happen. And then those are the matches. And then you move into, obviously, the men's War Games match, which is going to be unbelievable. The star power in this match is insane. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jey and Jimmy Uso, Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Brunson Reed. Holy shit, the names go on and on and on and on and on. And it's like unbelievable. These 10 guys are going to be incredible. Some people are saying the combination of this women's and this men's War Games match is going to be the greatest War Games matches of all time. That's certainly possible. That's certainly possible. We have to see some pretty unbelievably outrageous shit to happen. I think Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes are going to continue butting heads. You're going to see a lot of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar action. You're going to obviously see Paul Heyman be involved at some point. But I think the best possible option is the Vision winning. Is Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, and Logan Paul winning this match. Like I said, the baby faces should win the women's match, but I think the heels should win the men's War Games match and stand tall over, your undisputed champion Cody Rhodes, your world heavyweight champion CM Punk, the god of WWE Roman Reigns, and then those two other guys, Jimmy and Jey Uso. I think that's how the show should end, and that really builds some anticipation about what's going to happen. Eventually, Drew McIntyre taking the title away from Cody Rhodes because of Randy Orton. Are we going to see Randy Orton at War Games? Is he going to be involved in some type of way here to really cement the fact that he's coming for Cody Rhodes? Will we see a Roman Reigns and a Brock Lesnar clash? Or are we going to see Roman Reigns clash with Drew McIntyre? Are we going to see Gunther eventually fight Brock Lesnar? Is that going to be set up at some point? All of these things potentially have the mixture of going on, but I think this show ends. The show starts with AJ Lee and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and all them standing tall to win the Women's War Games match, and this show ends with Brock Lesnar, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed standing tall over your undisputed champion, your WWE champion, your world champion, your Roman Reigns, to end the show. And I think that's how Survivor Series War Games will shake out, and sadly also it's John Cena's very last PLE, because December 13th is Saturday night's main event, and that's John Cena's very last match. So that's what I think is going to happen at Survivor Series War Games. Come back to this video to see if I was right or wrong or anything that happened after you watch Survivor Series War Games. But let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.